guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you my eyeshadow palette collection. I also do have some face palettes, just a couple that I just threw in the mix as well to just talk about. So if you want to see all the eyeshadow palettes that I own, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm just gonna randomly start here. I'll go ahead and just talk about this Kylie eyeshadow palette. I did mention it in my January favorites because it is by far one of my favorite palettes so far. This is what it looks like, and then on the inside it does have these beautiful colors. There are 4 mattes and then also 4 shimmers as well. These colors blend like no other palette that I own. They blend so well and they just kind of melt into each other until you can't tell where one shadow ends and the other one begins. This is an amazing little palette and it's not that expensive, so I do really love this one. This one is from Laura Geller. I love the packaging of it. It's magnetic and it just kind of clicks down. However, the shades in here are very nude. It's not my favorite palette, but I do use it from time to time just because it does have some really pretty colors in here, so I keep it on hand just in case. But if you are someone who likes just plain Jane nudes and some shimmers, then this would be a great palette for you. This is my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. It is my Holy Grail palette. It has all the colors that you would need to make multiple kinds of looks. First off, it smells like chocolate, but the colors in here are beautiful. They are super pigmented and they blend really, really well. There's lots of transition shades. You can make a smoky eye with it. You can do a very natural, everyday look with this. I take this palette with me when I travel just because it's the only thing that I need. This is one of my favorite palettes, and if you don't have this in your collection, you definitely need it. I have this little Kevin Aquan palette, just a blush, bronzer, highlight, and then a, oh gosh, contour powder down here, the medium sculpt powder. I bought this because I wanted this color, but I thought I'd go ahead and try the rest of them, and I love this little palette. If you're wanting to try out Kevin Aquan, this is a great way to go just because you can get the medium sculpt contour powder, which is amazing, and then also try out these other colors as well. I have this Morphe palette that was in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. This is also one of my favorite palettes just because it has lots of colors in it. It has some beautiful just base lid colors and then also some great transitions, some shimmers, and then pops of color. This color right here is absolutely freaking beautiful, and so is this red. They are extremely pigmented and blend so well into one another. Morphe is a really extremely affordable brand, and this palette is amazing, and it would be great to travel with just because you have everything that you need right there. Then I have this Sweet Peach Glow palette from Too Faced. This palette, I've been trying to play around with it, and so far it's just okay. You do have this blush color, a highlight, and then a bronze topper that is really shimmery. I'm still playing around with it. I am not too fond of it right now, but I'm trying to find ways to make it work. But I do like this blush. It's a really pretty coral, and the highlight is really good as well. I have this palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Master Palette by Mario. This palette is so freaking pretty. Anastasia makes some amazing eyeshadow palettes. These are full of lots of shimmers and a couple mattes, but it is absolutely freaking gorgeous. They blend really well on top of each other, and the shimmers are extremely pigmented, so this is a great little palette. Then I also have from Anastasia Beverly Hills the Modern Renaissance palette. This is also one of my holy grail palettes. I freaking love it so much because, oh look, there's my cat. Yes, that's a good kitty. Anyway, one of my holy grail palettes. It is beautiful and full of warm shades. I obviously love warm colors. The colors are freaking amazing. I also travel with this palette because it's the only palette that I need to get multiple looks out of, so I freaking love this palette. Next, this one is from the drugstore. This is the NYX Aviant Pop palette. It is beautiful. Like, look at that. That is so amazing. These shadows, even though they're from the drugstore, are so fabulous. I love this little palette and it was so extremely affordable. They are extremely freaking pigmented. Even the shimmers that are in here, like this one. That is so pretty. And then also this beautiful green right here. And this blue. Look how pretty they are. Oh my gosh. This is an amazing little affordable palette if you're in the market for this kind of thing. This one is amazing and I love it. Then I have this little bitty buxom eyeshadow palette that a friend of mine gave me. You can go to Ulta, I know, and I believe Sephora as well, and it's just, you get the palette like this and then you can choose the colors to go in it. She did an amazing job picking out these colors. They are really, really beautiful and extremely pigmented. The colors in here are amazing. Buxom is a really good brand that I don't hear a lot of things about, but you can kind of customize your own palette, which is nice. Then this is also the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette. This is the cream one. It is disgusting and it has cat hair in it, but it is an amazing palette. I mainly use this one right here and then the lightest contour color right there. They blend really well. I use them with a beauty blender, but it's a nice little palette if you're wanting to try out cream contour because it has all sorts of colors in here that will work for you. Mine's just disgusting and needs to be cleaned, so don't judge me for that. And then I also have her other contour palette, which is the powder one. This one has been through it. Like, look at how beat up this palette is. I've had this forever and it's so disgusting. I obviously used this one, which was the banana powder, and then I'll use this one right here for a nice contour because it's just the perfect shade of ashiness and it's not too orange. I love this palette. I actually like this one better than I like the cream one. These are both really good products. They've obviously been used and loved very well. Then I just recently got these two from MAC in collaboration with makeup artists that MAC just came out with. This I spoke about in my January favorites. It is freaking amazing. Like, look at that. What do you want? Anyway, but there are these cream shadows that blend really well on your eyes. I freaking love this palette. And then also this little quad. I got this because I mainly wanted this color because it is a dual chrome, blue and purple. Like, look how freaking pretty that is. The other ones are amazing as well. They are very pigmented and have a lot of fallout, so I haven't really played with it that much, but so far it's really pretty. Then I have this Urban Decay Naked palette. This is actually the first eyeshadow palette that I ever got. I got this in high school and it is beat up. So I obviously hit pan on Half Baked, Virgin, and Sin. I love this palette. It was the first one that I ever got. So it has sentimental value, but and the mirror's cracked. Like, look how terrible this is. I still use it from time to time, but it's more so of like a memory keepsake. Then I have this little bitty palette from e.l.f. This is the Prism eyeshadow palette. This one is in Sunset, so it has all of the shimmers in it. I use this one mainly in the summer. Look beautiful on the lid whenever you're super tan. You know what I'm saying? But this is a beautiful summertime palette. Then I obviously have the Becca and Jaclyn Hill palette that has Champagne Pop and then Prosecco Pop and then her blushes up top. I love this palette. I love the mirror. It's really heavy and feels very nice, but it's also nice for travel because I have 2 highlights and then 3 blush colors. So I love this. I got the Too Faced Sweet Peach eyeshadow palette. This has also become one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes because it's full of lots of different colors and you can do so much with it. You can get a nice everyday look and then also a nice smoky eye with it. They blend really well. It does not smell like peaches. No, it does not. It smells like sugar. From Lorac, I have this one in gold. This is also one of my favorite palettes. I love the shimmers in it. Like, watch this. I barely touched that. They are so extremely blinding and pigmented. It will make your eyes freaking glow and shimmer like no other. I love the shimmers in here. That's mainly what I use this palette for, but I also will dip into the mattes as well. And I broke it. That's how you know it's love, because it has traveled and gone with me and we've been through it together. Also from Lorac, I have this Lorac Pro palette. This is the only Lorac Pro palette that I have. They have a whole bunch of them, but I have this one because it's obviously warm tones. They have some amazing transition colors and then also some great lid base colors. They are also so freaking pigmented. I love this Pro palette. It is so good. It's so good and so pretty. And like, look at all of these colors that you get. You get so many. This palette right here is also my Holy Grail palette. I love it so much because look at it. It's beautiful. This palette also smells like chocolate. You can't go wrong when it smells like chocolate. And it's also really pretty. This is another palette that I take with me when I travel just because I have these dark colors, some great transition colors down here, and then some beautiful shimmers as well. I love this color and then also this golden bronze. Like, look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. This palette blends so well on the eyes and is a great palette for beginners just because you kind of have a little bit of everything in here that you need to work with to get a really pretty eyeshadow look. Then I have Kat Von D's Shade and Light Contour Palette. I love this. I actually love this one better than I love the Anastasia Beverly Hills one just because this one blends a little bit better for me, and then I love the color range a lot more. I do wish this banana shade was in a bigger pan just because I feel like I'm about to use it all up, but I have really enjoyed this and the packaging is very like durable, and I love the mirror on it as well. Also, I spoke about this in my Ulta haul update from Carly Bible. This palette is freaking beautiful. You get 4 highlight shades, which are amazing. Like, look at that. You can also use them for eyeshadows as well, but for a palette that is $14, it is so good and the quality is amazing. If I didn't know this palette was $14, I would think that it was a higher end product. This is fabulous and so affordable. Then I got this Violet Voss Laura Lee palette because I think she is hilarious. This is also a good beginner palette because it comes with so many different colors. You get nice nude base colors and then tons of transition colors, and then also you get a black down here at the bottom if you want to create a smoky eye. You can do so many different things with it. She did a great job collaborating with this palette. We're almost done. We're almost done. I have the Urban Decay Ultimate Naked Basics palette, which is also beautiful. There's just a bunch of matte colors in this. This is an amazing palette if you love matte colors. They are so extremely pigmented. They are great just like all the other Urban Decay palettes. I love this palette when I'm doing a smoky eye because you get the most beautiful smoky eye ever using this palette. Of course, I have the Glow Kit in That Glow. This is my favorite one. I just love the colors. They are so freaking pretty. Like, oh my gosh, look at that. They will see you from outer space if you use these as your highlight. You could use this palette as a flashlight. They are so blinding. So if you're into that, then this is the palette for you. Okay. I also have the Tartist Pro Glow palette. This is an amazing little palette to travel with just because I get 4 highlights and then also a beautiful sculpt powder, and then this one is a cream, which I freaking love this cream so much. It is a beautiful contour color and I use this one to bronze my face. I just dug my fingernail into that. These highlights are amazing. They will also make you glow. It's a nice palette to travel with just because you get so many options and you don't have to bring a whole bunch of stuff with you. Then finally are these two. I have the Tartist Pro palette, which is also amazing. Like, look at all those freaking colors. You know what I'm saying? When I got this palette, it really inspired me to play around with different colors. I kind of grouped them all together for you, and I've used this row to get a look, that row to get a look, and then also these two on their own to get a whole look of its own, and each look is very different, but you can use them as a row, you can use them all mixed together. It's just a really nice palette to have just because you get so many options. But this is also a very matte palette. The only shimmers that you get are here on the side. Finally, my last palette is this Morphe palette. This is the 350. I had to get it because everyone was talking about it. This one is broken because I attempted to travel with it and I broke it, so I don't travel with this because it's not a very good travel palette because it's freaking huge. But you get a nice selection of mattes and shimmers. Honestly, if you have this palette, you probably don't need any other palettes if you like warm tone colors. You can get any look that you possibly could ever want to do with this palette because it has everything that you need. Alright guys, that is it for this video. If you liked it, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in my next one.